Over. And most people, in fact, go bankrupt after a run of good luck, not after a run of bad luck, because they think they're God and they forget about all those position sizing stuff. And it's happened to me on a few occasions that. And if you're a risk manager, the risk managers in the city are in fact coached into assessing the susceptibility of their traders to euphoria.
So they take a loss too big. There's no damage done in taking your managed loss. That's part of the game and being wrong. The problem is that recovery ladder when you then emotionally negatively respond to taking an already slightly bigger loss. So let's say you lose 15 or 20% and then you think, damn, I want to get back to where I was, so I need to make 25%, so I'll trade bigger again, I'm sure I'm right this time. You can't cope with the mental, it's like a mental cognizance dissonance, cognitive dissonance that makes you need to get back to where you once were, because you're now seeing yourself as the lesser self as dictated by this balance. And that then pressurizes you into trading bigger again on what looks like a sure thing. But now you're punch drunk because you must find an opportunity quickly, and it's not a sure thing, it's the first thing you grabbed hold of that best represents a possible trade. So you then bastardizing your criteria to grab hold of something that you expect to leverage you back into where you once were. This is a very big fatal spiral, because once again you then overtrade because you've got to make back more to get back up, and that's the recovery ladder concept, and boom, that is probably the single most destructive that sees someone have a £10,000 account reduced to, you know, a few hundred or £1,000 and then virtually giving up, realizing that they've blown it.
So I say to people, I always get asked, how long will it take for me to get successful? And I say, well, it's a question I can't answer. And first you've got to define what success means to you. If you're saying to me, I've got £1,000 and I want to be a full-time trader, well, you want to be looking 5 years, 10 years out from where you are. But if you've got £100,000 and you're looking to make 1% a month, learn the skill. Because once you've got the skill, it's more about then the money's less important. And to become a successful trader, you have to focus on the money, but you have to focus on the money less. So if I sit and think, all I think about is how much money I'm going to make today, I'm less likely to be successful than if I think about, is my strategy setting up? Can I trade that strategy?
Decide on a strategy that looks after all elements of money management. And we've discussed the risk reward, we've discussed losses. You've got to manage losses, that keeps you in the game. You've got to believe you have a system that will make more than it gives back on its winning. It will win and will lose all the time. No one is ever going to have 100%, so accept that losses are part of the game and manage that. Become as systemic as possible in determining what your setup is. So the more it can be reduced to logic, the better, and the tighter. And then you need to stick to the system as systemically as possible as well, which most people are incapable of with emotions, particularly after, say, 3 losses.
Well, I look at the Forex market on daily charts for the trend, and then I look at a 4-hour chart for entries. Yesterday I looked at a 30-minute chart because I had the time to focus on the 30-minute chart. I get currencies right 60 to 65% of the time. 30 to 35% of the time I'm wrong. And in fact, I'm probably consistent in markets because I manage risk well.